In a small, peaceful village nestled between green hills and flowing rivers, there lived a humble farmer named Lee. Lee wasn't just any farmer, he was a man of unshakable determination, known far and wide for his patience and hard work. Yet, behind his calm demeanor, Lee held a dream, one that was bigger than the crops he had grown for years to sustain his family. He longed for something greater, something that would leave a lasting legacy, one that would make his children proud. One day, Lee overheard travelers talking about a special kind of tree, the Chinese bamboo tree. They spoke with awe, explaining how this tree could grow taller than anything Lee had ever seen, rising high into the sky like a symbol of resilience and strength. As Lee listened, his heart stirred with excitement. He could already picture the towering bamboo in his field, standing as a testament to his belief in hard work and patience. But as the travelers continued, his excitement was tempered with a hard truth: the bamboo tree wouldn't grow for the first few years. There would be no sign of progress, no visible growth to reassure him. Lee's heart sank momentarily. He knew this path would test him in ways he wasn't sure he was prepared for. But the spark of possibility was too strong to extinguish. Lee made up his mind. He bought the bamboo seeds, feeling both hope and fear swirling in his chest. He carefully planted them in his field, making sure every seed was nestled deep into the rich soil. Each morning, Lee would rise with the sun, water the seeds, and nourish the ground with love and care. He would kneel by the soil, speaking softly to the buried seeds, telling them stories of what they could become. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. But nothing happened. Not a single shoot broke through the earth. His neighbors began to notice the empty patch of land. At first, they were curious. "What is Lee planting that requires such care?" they whispered. But as the months passed, their curiosity turned to ridicule. "Lee, you've been watering the same patch of dirt for months," they laughed, passing by his field with mocking smiles. "Why waste your time on something that shows no promise? You could plant crops that would feed your family in a season. Why chase after a dream that might never come true?" The word stung. Late at night, when Lee was alone, doubt crept in. He wondered if they were right. Maybe he was chasing an impossible dream. Maybe the bamboo tree was just a myth, and all his work was in vain. But every time he looked at the patch of earth, he felt a pull in his heart, a quiet voice that whispered, "Have faith." So, Lee didn't give up. He continued to water the soil, nurture it, and believe, even when there was nothing to show for it. A year passed. Then 2, 3, 4. The same patch of barren earth stared back at him each day. His neighbors had stopped laughing to his face, but their whispers still lingered in the air. "Lee's lost his mind," they would say. "He's holding on to an empty dream." Lee's heart ached with each passing year. But even as the doubt gnawed at him, he held on to his belief in the process. He knew that sometimes, the most important work happens beneath the surface, unseen by the world. His journey had become not just about the tree, but about proving to himself that perseverance and faith were stronger than doubt. And then, in the 5th year, something extraordinary happened. It was a crisp morning when Lee walked out to his field, his heart heavy with the weight of the years. But this time, as he neared the patch of earth, he stopped in his tracks. His breath caught in his throat. There, emerging from the soil, was a tiny green shoot. It was small, fragile even, but it was there. Lee fell to his knees, tears welling up in his eyes. He had waited so long for this moment, doubting at times whether it would ever come. But here it was, proof that his belief had not been in vain. Within weeks, that small shoot grew, and it grew fast. The bamboo tree shot up with a strength and speed that stunned everyone who saw it. It soared, reaching over 80 feet in a matter of days, towering above everything in its path. Lee's heart swelled with pride, joy, and relief. His years of silent labor, his unwavering faith, had finally borne fruit. His neighbors, the same ones who had mocked and doubted him, now stood in awe. They couldn't believe their eyes. "Lee, how did it happen? How did the tree grow so tall, so quickly?" they asked, their voices full of astonishment. Lee, smiling through tears of victory, replied, "The bamboo didn't grow 80 feet in a few days. It took 5 years of unseen growth. During all those years, the tree was growing beneath the surface, building its roots deep and strong so that when the time was right, it could rise tall and fast." The truth of his words sank in. The lesson was clear, not just to his neighbors, but to Lee himself: success doesn't always come quickly. Sometimes, the most crucial growth happens where no one can see it. The bamboo tree didn't sprout immediately, but it spent years strengthening its foundation, preparing for its moment to soar. And when that moment came, it stood taller than anything else around it, a symbol of resilience, patience, and belief. Lee's story spread throughout the village, and the villagers began to understand the power of persistence, patience, and belief in the unseen. They realized that sometimes the greatest achievements take time to manifest. But with dedication, faith in the process, and the courage to endure, anything is possible. So, remember this in your own life. You might not see the results of your hard work right away. You might face doubt from others, or even within yourself. But if you keep nurturing your dreams, if you keep believing in your efforts, your bamboo tree will grow. And when it does, it will rise higher and stronger than you ever imagined, just like Lee's tree. Thank you.